Kings of Leon have released their ninth album, Can We Please Have Fun? And we are here to rank it. We have recently done an album review, which you can watch here. The first track is Ballerina Radio. Where's it going? For me, comfortably mid.
Oh, comfortably low. 9 to 11,
Oh,
I would say.
okay. Okay. Um. No, I mean, this feels weird because we just talked about it on the album review, which is up there. But
What about Rudy and Flo?
well, that's just ruined it, hasn't it? That's just ruined flow. The yeah, I think it's I don't think it's super exciting. That's the issue with it, but I think it serves its purpose well. However, yeah, as an individual track, it's mid to low in this run of tracks. So let's do.
Should put it in 5 to 8 and move it down if necessary.
I
Nah,
think we
straight
should.
in 9 to
Yeah,
11.
I think we should do the
Wow.
Undone by Fools HQ, which is we just tend to throw everything in the middle straight away. Let's put this in 9 to 11, and if it gets moved up, then fantastic. You know, that's a success story for the song.
Well, the next track, Rainbow Ball, I would put in 9 to 11 as well. I don't know if
Agreed.
you two mirror that.
Agreement.
Yeah, to be honest, because as an individual track, it just kind of passes me by. I feel like it with Ballerina Radio starts the album off well. But in terms of standout individual moments, it's not there, is it? Not quite there.
Not there.
Unfortunately. So
Not quite.
let's be brutal and another 9 to 11 this early. That is
Well, we're about to change things though, because next one is Nowhere to Run, and that is one of the best.
One of the best, yeah.
One of
is it
the
the
best.
best?
This is a difficult one to say.
I don't think it is, personally. But it's definitely a 2 to 4.
Am I
Comfortably.
suspecting a pattern that has already been formed? Potentially.
Potentially.
Maybe. Okay. I agree. 2 to 4. Great tune. Song of the summer. Kings of Leon back in full form as their new revitalized selves. And they're having fun.
Absolutely. They are having fun. Next up is Mustang. Now, 12?
I think it actually is. I think it actually is.
I like this song. I wouldn't put it in 12. But I don't have that many arguments against that if you two both feel the same way.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's
but-
one of the worsts. But Liam, you
Yeah.
said it perfectly in the review, which you can watch here.
Again.
That
Yeah.
it had the potential. It had the potential to be a great song, but it's just not done well. And I think
Yeah.
you hit that nail on thy bonds
Thank you. Thank
with
you.
that.
You call me MC Hammer.
So yeah, I mean, for me, it's probably 5 to 8, but it's 5 to 8. But I don't think there's necessarily 4 songs worse than it, which is a weird. It's just for me, it's very much in the
So what
middle,
you're
and
saying
it
is you're
doesn't strike
making
me
it
as the
You're
worst.
making it up.
Yeah,
as you
pretty
go along.
much. Pretty much. I don't think it stands out as being the worst.
No, I think,
But-
to be honest with you,
It's because the solid
now we're
album.
going through them track by track and we're ranking them. Obviously, that's what we're doing. Welcome if you're brand new to this.
There's lots to watch.
I
Go
think I'm more likely to put this on than I am Rainbow Ball. Just because it's slightly more exciting. Well, it's definitely more exciting. It's more energetic.
back. But also within the context of the album, those first two
does stand
tracks
out.
work really well.
Yeah.
And
And this
yeah-
one does stand out.
Mustang does stand out, but for the wrong reasons for me.
Like sore thumb. Put it in 9 to 11.
I think it's fair in 9 to 11 for now, but it's an early contender for the worst song on the album. Which, yeah, it does seem strange. I think it just is testament to actually how good this album turned out to be.
You've already
Sure.
flipped that, Liam. Congratulations. Actual Daydream, 2 to 4.
Absolutely.
Actually, 2 to 4.
Very good, this one.
I'll allow it, guys.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
good of you, because it's correct.
Slapping chorus, which you can hear us talk about in the review. Next up, split screen. I think this is where we're going to encounter some major problems.
For me, I'd probably put this 12.
You mad, bro? Bro, are you mad?
What?
My
I
problem
just
with
would.
this is it should have been later in the album.
You
No,
said it was in
no,
a good
no,
place.
I know. I said
In
that,
the review,
and
you can watch here.
I said that just then. Instantly disagreed with myself. I said it and I thought, no, you don't. In my own head, because I don't think that. So ignore that fact completely. But what I did say in the review, and I'll say it again, is this song has grown on me within the context of the album, and it stands out as the chill moment that's not the kind of
Necessary.
at the end. It's the middle chill
It's okay.
moment, which makes sense. But it's also not the best of this kind that we've had from Kings of Leon, and it's not the best on this album by a long shot.
It's not the best song on this album. That is a fact. It's definitely not number one.
I think
528, and I think I wouldn't cry myself to sleep tonight.
I think I mean, obviously this distinction is pointless, but it's just in 5 to 8. Probably is how I'm seeing this. But okay, we'll put it there for now. I think that's fair. Don't Stop the Bleeding
Yes.
is the next song.
Whoa.
And I
Thank you
feel
for
like I'm having
clarifying.
to. This is the part of the
Remind myself.
album. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
definitely.
it's. I don't think this album suffers massively from second half fatigue. I don't think it does have that issue. I just think my brain suffers from second half fatigue. So yeah, these next few tracks. I think the problem is
think
that none of them
it's-
really stand out massively. Like I don't really
Yeah.
think, apart from maybe one or two, most of the second half are in the second half of this ranking. Middle. They're in the middle, actually, because
This
the
is
bottom
definitely
half's
a
already
mid-
full. So
This is definitely a middle song. This one, Don't Stop the Bleeding. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, really. It does what it needs to do. And I think, yeah, it's just the fact that maybe some of the more upbeat ones are earlier on, or the more memorable ones are earlier on. Anyway, yeah, 5 to 8. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, I kind of get on board with that. I didn't remember this, to be honest, and I've listened to it a few times, but obviously listening to it now, I do recognise it. But it's all right. Yeah, it's a nice song. 5 to 8's fine. Why not?
Nothing to Do. I really like this one. I realised we didn't talk about this one really at all in the review. So here we are now
We
talking
didn't.
about it. I
Well, now
really
we'll
like
do it.
this one. I feel like this is what Mustang should have sounded more like. This is
Yeah.
what they wanted it to sound more like. And this song does it much better. It feels just a lot more like old Kings of Leon, with a kind of more new them twang. Does that make sense?
I get what you
There's
mean.
like there's
Updated.
weird sections in this as well. Like there's a lot going on with it.
Mm-hmm. But it all feels very cohesive.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it works
I-
well as a kind of a project.
I hate that the last syllable of the verse comes in when it gets heavier, but I love that last syllable is then not there in the final verse. Like at the end of the I don't know if it's first, whatever, but at the end of the song, so I could forgive it. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
It's a
The
very
fact-
specific
yeah,
gripe.
right.
Yeah,
You said
it
great.
is very specific. But yeah, normally I don't like it, but Callback's good. I like it. Probably, I don't think I like it as much as some others, so I'd say 5 to 8. But it's very good.
I think for me,
Hmm.
I would safely for now put this in 2 to 4.
I'd say put it in 5 to 8.
Okay.
I think there's one that I prefer more coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Well, there's two coming up, but one of them's probably going to go in a different section.
The next one, which is called or M Television, is the one that I prefer.
Correct. I think this is a slapper, as they say in the business.
They do say that in the biz.
I've heard them say that on the buzz.
And he's part of the biz, so he would know.
I'm
Yeah.
part of this. In the biz, we'd say this is slapper. Slapper. So 2 to 4. Is it that simple?
Yeah.
I'd happily put it in 2 to 4. Yeah.
Is it that simple?
Are you
I
happy
think
with
it
that,
is.
Liam?
Yeah.
Good.
Safe face.
Yeah.
Hesitation Gen.
Generation. Wow.
Hesitation Hen.
I do like this one.
I like it as well, but I think it's comfortably 5 to 8.
It's kind of repetitive.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where if the album was maybe 10 songs, maybe one of the ones that I'd be considering
Chopping.
chopping.
5 to 8.
You know?
5 to 8 is fair on that one. I agree with that.
5 to 8.
Yep.
This is going very smoothly so far, guys.
Yeah,
There's going to have to be a reshuffle in a minute, but it's a very simple reshuffle.
not necessarily.
One thing needs to go down, and then one thing needs to go down from everything else, potentially. Depends how this next one. Spoilers. Next
Well,
one goes.
yeah. I think I prefer Ease Me On to Hesitation Gen,
Wow.
if I'm honest. So I'd probably move Hesitation Gen down
I agree.
and
with
then move. Okay.
that. I agree. With that.
Anything further before we do that?
I don't dislike Ease Me On, but it's quite forgettable because it precedes Scene.
I think that's
It's just
your
very-
prejudice there, mate.
Maybe.
It's really nice. It's a nice, warm,
It is very nice.
fuzzy
Song.
feeling song, warm, comfortable. You know, I feel cozy listening to it.
And it sets up Scene very nicely. I don't think it
Mm.
it suffers by being before Scene. I think they work nicely as a little closer duo.
Respite before
Mm-hmm.
you are seen. So we're gonna do that little maneuver then.
I'm going for that.
Why not?
Hezzy down.
Is it Hezzy down?
Yeah. I
Out
think
of
that
them,
was
it's
those
definitely
ones,
heads
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Split Screen, Don't Stop the Bleeding, Defo 5 to 8.
Yeah, for me.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Split Screen doesn't really do that much for me. I think this album has songs like that that do it better.
Yeah, I mean, I've just revisited those tracks, and I do think it's Hesitation Gen that should go down. I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then. So that is two of us agreeing.
That's the way it goes. Apparently, when it's not last
Right.
week.
Let's just make it easy. So we ended up doing that in the end, Carl. Don't be like that. Scene is obviously number one.
Obviously.
Well, there's a reason we've left that little spot empty, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because Scene's the last one on the album, man.
We knew. Oh, it definitely isn't going to be 12, is it?
If Scene wasn't on this album, I wouldn't know the song existed, for one. But for two, Nowhere to Run would be my number one. If that
Yeah, 100%.
turn of events was to take place.
Mine would be Actual Daydream, but
Actually,
Like,
yeah, but
actually.
Nowhere to Run would be coming up the rear.
Cool.
But yeah, no, Scene is the one.
it is. And you can hear us talk about how much we love that in our review.
It's up there as well.
Right, so we need to move one down. And
You're both
I
going to
think-
say Mustang, so just do it.
But hang on, no.
Hang
on a second.
Hang on a second.
I was going to say, it's either for me, it's Rainbow Ball, because it just really does nothing. Or it is Mustang, because it's just so.
I think I'm kind of struggling with this one a little bit because, as Callum very rightly pointed out in the album review, and it's just up there, Rainbow Ball and Ballerina Radio feel like one song to me when you listen to the album. They work very well together. So it's kind of hard to even conceptualize them as two separate songs because they do fit together so well. Do you know what I mean?
You're going to have to separate them for this, my friend.
Yeah, I've worked that out at this point. But I actually think it might be Hesitation Gen, if not Mustang.
I don't agree with Hesitation Jen. I think the chorus is good. I think the vocal recording is much better on Hesitation Jen than it is on Mustang.
I just think it's a bit of I don't
Bit
know.
repetitive,
I find it a bit irritating, if I'm being honest. I tend to find this with Kings of Leon. There's usually one song on the album that I find irritating for whatever reason, and this is the one, Hesitation Jen. Like, I do think I'd rather listen to Mustang than Hesitation Jen, and I'm really kind of. I don't mean to just keep saying this. It feels like a mental block trying to think about those first two songs for me. So that's the end of my point, just there.
Nah, I can't. I think Rainbow Ball's just too boring for me. I can.
I don't think I'd ever
find a good time with Hesitation and Mustang.
I don't think I'd ever put Rainbow Ball on in isolation. Ever.
But you would put Hesitation Jen on?
Yes.
For what purpose?
Have a good time.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's democracy. It's not always right, but it is always democratic.
Yes, that's been our review of
It's not.
the 9th and latest
No,
studio
it's a
album.
rank, mate. It's not a
Review, did I
review.
say?
Yeah, you said review.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
You can watch that here.
You watch that, yeah. So it's been our rank of Can We Please Have Fun? I think we can. We can safely say we can have fun. Thanks, Kings of Leon, for
It's taken
providing us some decent songs.
It's taken 9 albums for us to find our fun.
Worth it. Like, subscribe, ding a bell, leave a comment if you agree with the ranking, and if you don't, just be nice about it, please, because ultimately none of this matters. Bye.
Dems the
Bye.
facts.